Hey, this is Hans from Request for Music, and this is a video to walk through ECHOZ, which is a creative stereo delay module. And in ECHOZ, which is designed to sort of capture the vintage hardware delays with the flexibility of modern DSPs, you'll find styles like tape and bucket brigade and lo-fi and all kinds of things, and you have obviously control over the delay time and tempo syncing and external clocking and all that kind of stuff. And there's a feedback section. And you have tone controls, filters, and stuff like that, and movement and stuff like wow, flutter, and jitter, and so on. And there's a ducking mechanism in there. Um, Knobs that are not available within a specific preset, because there's a list of presets here in the styles where it sort of builds up. So the lowest one is the lo-fi, and then tape and the chrome tape and analog and so on, into some pitch stuff and ducking for uh, bucket brigade and stuff like that. Um, But so in specific cases, when you, for instance, choose ping pong, which is stereo, then the normal stereo offset that's in here is switched off. And if you switch any of the ones that have pitch control in there, then the pitch is on. And if you let's see, I'm going back to where was it? Almost clarity. And if I switch my sync on, then my BPM and my division are active, while otherwise the normal delay milliseconds is available. So looking from the top down, obviously I've got a left and a right input. I've got a duck input that's connected to this duck percentage. I've got a clock input in case you want to use an an external clock to yeah, don't have it behave with normal BPMs or normal delay milliseconds that you want to use. There's a sync switch, and as said, it switches on from delay milliseconds into BPM, beat per minutes, and a division that you can set. And then further back, you've got your feedback for the echoes, the drive, which actually sort of extends that feedback echo more. Um, so if the feedback itself is not enough, you can drive, and it also changes the sound a bit, but you have extra echo capability that way. Stereo off, if the ping pong is off, then you have this stereo offset. And apart from that, you've got the pitch here that you can use to get this sort of shimmer effects that you might know from Valhalla and that kind of stuff. You've got some filtering in here, an high pass filter, low pass filter, and an option to put some extra decibels of bass or treble in. And then there's this modulation sector, and you'll I hope you see that the colors of the knobs are sort of connected. So where in my mixer, for instance, the yellow colors have to do with panning, this has to do with the stereo setting. The thing that has drive and mix, which are white, have to do with specific levels. So, and the feedback, yeah, that's indeed the feedback, which I also use like that in other modules. The black ones have to do with frequency most of the time. Delay milliseconds is a frequency. Division and BPM are black as well, because they also have to do with frequencies, as do these high pass and low pass filters and stuff like that. The modulation sector here on the bottom have a wow and wow in hertz and a wow in milliseconds, which together changes the sound. The flutter, which is normally available for tape, that is not built in straight away into the module. So if you go to lo-fi, there is some setting in there which changes the way it works, changes the way in how it works with the coefficients of frequencies that it handles in the background, but it will not set the specific high pass and low pass settings for you. So you'll have to do some work, manual work for that. So yeah, well, let's just listen to something, and I'll start off with a vocal first. So um, let's see.
First, there's that liquid heat,
Okay,
bringing
so
color,
I've got
going
module
deep.
presets in there
You
that I've also
sigh as you
put
catch the
on the
scent,
Facebook pages
breathing
as
deep.
module
It's
presets.
heaven
So
sent.
default is just
Thinking there
clear.
is
So
nothing to
you've got a
compare,
starting point where
sipping
everything
from
is
it,
set
the taste,
to sort of standard value.
just
But as
there.
soon as I pick any of those, so
Ah,
something like this,
manna from heaven. First,
slapback
there's that liquid
rockabilly,
heat,
which
bringing
is
color,
a
going
specific
deep.
sort of
You
slapback, of
sigh
course.
as you catch the
And
scent,
then you see that
breathing
feedback
deep.
is at a
It's
specific
heaven
setting. It
sent.
goes from
Thinking there
0
is nothing to
to
compare, sipping from
up
it,
to
the
100 or
taste,
95% or something, and
just
you hear then
there.
obviously that it's going to build
Ah,
up a
manna
little
from
more.
heaven. First, there's that liquid heat,
And with the
bringing
drive
color,
off,
going deep.
it doesn't go as
You
deep. So
sigh as
this
you
is
catch the
95%,
scent,
which is the max.
breathing
But
deep.
as soon as you
It's
start
heaven sent.
driving it, it's
Thinking there is nothing to
feeding back the
compare,
feedback. So for
sipping from
longer
it, the taste,
sort of echoes,
just
take
there.
this off. Take this off.
Ah, manna from heaven. First, there's that
The
liquid
delay
heat,
time by itself goes from
bringing
very
color,
short. It goes
going
actually
deep.
from 0 or
You
1.
sigh as you
So
catch
if you
the
take
scent,
something, oops, that was
breathing
wrong. That was
deep.
a bit too much.
It's heaven sent.
If you take this up,
Thinking there is nothing to compare, sipping from it, the taste.
you have to be careful, of course, in your
just
settings
there.
that way. But you hear that you can
Ah, manna
specific
from heaven. First,
sort of
there's
pitch
that liquid
settings even.
heat,
But
bringing color,
and
going
apart
deep.
from that, as I said, you've got
You
this
sigh as you
pen
catch
setting.
the
Let's take
scent,
this up a bit.
breathing deep. It's heaven sent.
So
Thinking there is nothing to compare, sipping from it, the taste, just there.
so start off with something like
Manna
this.
from heaven. First,
Stereo offset is
there's
off.
that liquid heat,
As soon as I put my
bringing
stereo
color,
offset on, you
going
get this
deep.
wider sound. And if
You
you
sigh
set
as
it
you
to ping
catch
pong,
the scent, breathing deep. It's heaven sent.
maybe it's better to.
Thinking there is nothing to compare, sipping from it, the taste, just there. Ah, manna from heaven. First, there's that liquid heat, bringing color, going deep. You sigh as you catch the scent, breathing deep. It's
So
heaven sent.
that's sort of the basic setting.
Thinking there is
Again,
nothing
as I
to
said, I
compare,
can switch this to
sipping
sync,
from
and
the
then it takes the beat per minute, which goes from 40 beats up to 240
from
beats.
heaven. First,
And
there's that
then you've got the
liquid heat,
division here that you can
bringing
set
color,
from
going
1-1
you
through
sigh as you catch
triple
the scent,
settings and extended
breathing
settings,
deep.
1/8 for
It's heaven
instance, or
sent.
1/16.
Thinking there is nothing to compare,
Triad,
sipping from it, the taste.
and
Just
1/16 and goes up to 1/32.
Ah, manna from
So
heaven. First,
Even then,
there's
you've
that
got
liquid
something like this,
heat,
which is very short,
bringing
and then
color,
you can use the feedback
going
and the
deep.
drive again to
You sigh
sort
as
of
you
dial
catch the
that up.
scent,
And
breathing deep. It's heaven
so it's up
sent.
to you how you work with that.
Thinking there is nothing to compare, sipping from it, the taste, just
And
there.
there's some modulation in here
Manna from heaven.
that sort of
First,
changes already how
bringing
changes. Some of
color,
them are
going deep.
subtle effects
You
that you
sigh
can
as
use,
you
but
catch the
there is
scent,
some modulation in there. It's
breathing deep.
probably not as clear
heaven
with this
sent.
as it might be when I use this guitar again. Especially stuff like the wow and the flutter. If I take my wow up, you hear that you get sort of a chorus effect, sort of. And if I use my flutter, it's even something like this. Then for the older type delays, there's noise in there which mixes in. You will not really be able to hear that in a digital version, but that will be in there. Jitter, which is also a sort of effect that changes sort of the pitch and stuff of all of the. It's actually it's trying to mimic the way that older tape machines were working. Jitter is sort of a more sample and hold kind of approach to changing parameters. The diffuse is the way that the actual echoes sort of flow into each other. So if you have this on low, it's not going to do that, and otherwise it sort of shapes it into each other. And then next to the ping pong, there's a freeze on the other side, which means that if I set my freeze on, it's going to keep that echo going on. It's going to freeze the last length of echoes in there. So you could work with that, and as soon as I switch it off, it's going to listen to the incoming buffer, so then it stops and I need display again. So let's go over some of this stuff. This was slapback rockabilly ambient. In the ambient I actually use my pitch, and I use the reverse pitch here, and that's different from the normal pitch, but in pitch you have something like this. So let's, for instance, do something creative with that. Let's go to the voice loop. So I'm going to reset and start it off.
First, there's that liquid heat.
You hear that it's affecting the pitch over every
You
of those.
sigh as you catch
Now
the
let's
scent.
take the original out, so just listen to the mix, and let's take the delay down, because delay is going very, very down, so I could take that to something like 2 milliseconds or something.
Manna from heaven.
First, there's that liquid heat.
So
bringing
let's do
color,
something like this.
Going deep. You sigh as you catch
So
the
now I actually
scent.
have a pitch shifter.
Breathing deep. It's heaven sent.
Thinking there is nothing to compare, sipping from it.
The taste. Just there. Ah, manna from heaven. First, there's that liquid heat. Bringing color. Going deep. You sigh as you catch the scent. Breathing deep. It's heaven sent. Thinking there is nothing to compare, sipping from it, the taste, just there. Ah, manna from heaven. First, there's that liquid heat, bringing color, going deep. Sigh as you catch the scent. Breathing deep, it's
So
heaven
let's take
sent.
another one of
Thinking
those.
there is nothing to compare, sipping from it, the taste.
Dub echo.
There. Manna from heaven. First, there's that liquid heat, bringing color, going deep.
So it can have very long delays if you wanted to for this dub kind of thing. So there's a whole kind of delay types in there, as I said, the classic tape echo where I have, which is just mono, as you can hear right now. As soon as I dial this up, I get a stereo setting, and otherwise I could put my ping pong on. So for something like that. So that means that if I wanted something different, like a lead or something, I could, I think I've, no, let's take my harmonics out and build a lead in there. So I'm going to take these out and that one out. I'm going to put my mixer in there in case I need it. I'm going to take my harmonics module because that sort of creates the sounds that I want. I'm going to take my pitch. I'm going to take my gate into the module. I'm going to take my stereo output here, and it's quite loud, so let's take it out of that, and I'm going to don't need to do that. And I'm going to change the sound a bit, so I'm going to use its own output, its own envelope output to drive the phase width. So I'm going to set this. This is my target settings for this harmonics. I'm only using one of the 64 harmonics that are in there, because you have 64 harmonics. Each is yeah, a sine wave actually, or a triangle, saw, square wave if you want it. But I can actually use that sine wave to modulate itself in the sort of FM or phase modulation way that the DX7 did. So I'm going to use this as a source, my number 0, which was the one that was out. I'm going to take the envelope out. I'm going to target the same number 0, and I'm going to use the phase for that. And I'm going to add that to my track list here. And now if I dial up, and I'm going to dial up the depth, then I have this sound that I want, and I could actually use another one to drive this, for instance, as well. But let's. And I'm going to use a mixer because I want to have an LFO in there, low frequency oscillator, that is going to drive the pitch as well. So I'm going to take the sine wave of this into my mixer. Mixer is a thing that I can have a couple of signals in, up to 3 signals and 3 layers of that, and I can just sum those signals or multiply or modulo those diff, which is a math kind of way. So I'm taking my mod wheel out, I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to take this and just put it into my pitch as well. Going to dial up the speed for this, and I need to dial this back, so oops. Why is it not working as I want? Sure. Going to have open my modulation settings all the way. So now I can use my mod. Take the modulation speed a bit down by changing the LFO setting. And I think I created a lead echo setting that has something more of an echo, a longer feedback, and a larger drive to set that feedback even a bit more, and some flutter in there, some wow in there. So you have this. And I think I've got an extra one in there, which is changed a bit. And of course, the depth or the mix level. That way, I like my echoes anyway, and I could easily change this to any of the other settings. And you hear that in this case, the pitches work with. Let's actually let me listen to what the duck does, because duck, I'm sure that you already know what duck does, but let's save this, by the way, test setup number 3. So if I take this this test setup and let's use this vocal again.
You sigh as you catch the scent.
So this, and
breathing
I'm
deep,
going to
it's heaven sent.
see if I had
Thinking
a
there
setting
is
for duck.
nothing to compare, sipping from it. The
Actually, the
taste.
duck setting means that if I,
Just
as soon as I connect something, then my
Ah,
duck percentage gets
manna from
active.
heaven first.
And
There's that
I
liquid
could
heat,
actually
bringing color,
even use an
going
LFO or
deep.
something to
You
change that.
sigh
So if
as
I
you
take
catch
this
the
out,
scent. Breathing deep, it's heaven sent. Thinking there is nothing
so
to
if I
compare,
take this down, my duck percentage is
sipping
not
from
going
it,
to affect it, but
taste.
otherwise the speed
Just
of this, and let's
Ah, manna from heaven first. There's that liquid heat, bringing color, going deep. You sigh as you catch the scent. Breathing deep, it's heaven sent.
but normally
Thinking
most
there
of the
is
time you
nothing to
actually
compare,
use the
sipping
signal
from
itself,
it, the taste, just there.
or for instance a
Manna
percussion
from
or
heaven
something
first.
like that. If I
There's that
had
liquid heat,
a
bringing
percussion
color,
module in here,
going deep.
and I
You
was actually
sigh
going
as you
to
catch the
drive
scent.
this kick
Breathing
drum with
deep,
it, so if
it's
I
heaven
take
sent.
this in here,
Thinking there is nothing to compare,
this is
sipping
going
from
to
it, the taste, just
to
there.
create an echo as well as the kick itself. But
Manna from heaven first. There's that liquid heat,
now the
bringing
echo
color, going
should
deep.
actually be
You sigh
sort
as you
of
catch the
ducked
scent.
into. You don't hear it that proper.
Breathing deep, it's heaven sent. Thinking there is nothing
But it
to
is
compare,
actually changed with this.
sipping from
so
it, the taste,
maybe I should actually use
just there. Manna from heaven
this
first.
signal.
There's that
Let's
liquid
dial
heat,
this up a bit
bringing color,
different. Maybe I
going
should
deep.
take the echo in
You
front.
sigh as you catch the scent. Breathing,
So let's change this around a bit. Going to put this into an input. Oh, that was wrong. And I'm going to take this out.
first. There's that liquid heat,
So
bringing color.
the kick is
going
doing
deep.
this. So let's take the vocals
As you
into
catch
the
the
echoes.
scent. Breathing deep, it's heaven sent. Thinking there is nothing to compare, sipping
So-
from it, the taste, just there.
Let's take the signal.
Manna from heaven first. There's that liquid heat, bringing color, going deep. You sigh as you catch the scent.
Now you hear that
Breathing
the
deep,
actual echo
it's heaven sent.
sort of pumps
Thinking there is
on
nothing to compare,
on the speed of the
sipping from
percussion
it,
here.
the
So
taste, just there.
whereas normally it will go on.
Manna
right?
from heaven
So that's what
first.
the ducking
There's
does,
that
and it
liquid
only does it when it's connected. So
bringing color,
and
going
actually
deep.
that also goes for
You
the clock. I
sigh
can
as you
even
catch
use
the
this
scent.
as a clock. It needs to be
Breathing
set
deep,
to sync.
it's heaven sent. Thinking there is nothing to compare,
Let's switch it to
sipping from
another.
it, the taste, just there. Manna from heaven first. There's that liquid heat, bringing color, going deep. You sigh as you catch the scent.
But I
Breathing
could
deep,
actually
it's heaven
change
sent.
the speed by
Thinking there is
using
nothing to compare. Sipping from it, the taste, just there. Ah, manna from heaven. First, there's that liquid heat, bringing color, going deep. You sigh as you catch the scent. Breathing deep, it's heaven sent, heaven sent. Think there is nothing to compare. Sipping from it, the taste, just there. Ah, manna from heaven. First, there's that liquid heat.
So
Bringing
yeah,
color.
that's anyway. That's the
You
Echo
sigh as you catch the scent.
that is available in the
Breathing
stores
deep.
at the moment. So I hope you like it, and I'll be back with new modules after this. So see you later. Cheers. Bye bye.